Hi, I'm Seb Fry, a real estate broker in Northern California. I primarily serve the counties of Santa Cruz, Santa Clara, and Monterey. I want to welcome you to module number 3 of the SellForSure University. In this module of SellForSure University, we'll be looking at working with a real estate agent, why you should do it, how you can find a good agent, how much an agent will cost, and the various kinds of real estate listing agreements. 88% of sellers were assisted by a real estate agent when selling their home. That's from the 2013 profile of home buyers and sellers. Now, why use an agent? There are legitimate reasons why over 80% of home sellers use a real estate agent. Remember this though, all agents are not the same. Truly, the right agent makes all the difference in the world. If you can find a good agent, here are a number of reasons why you'd want to use one. Most real estate agents have a lot more experience than you will when it comes to selling a home. When you use an experienced agent, you're buying that agent's transactional experience, which can make all the difference in the world. Now, you will save a lot of time and energy and avoid a lot of stress by using an agent. An agent will know what will work best and most quickly in a variety of situations, from getting the home ready for sale, to shortening the time on market, and ushering the closing process to a quick and successful closing the first time. It can cost you a lot of time and money to go into contract with a weak buyer represented by a poor agent and a lender who may not be able to get the loan funded. A good agent will see to it that this doesn't happen to you by properly vetting the offer, buyer, buyer's agent, and the lender. No matter how good an offer, with some skillful negotiation, a good offer can become a great one. Expert negotiation will make a huge difference in how much you walk away with at closing, so do not discount the importance of having a skilled negotiator on your side. Not only will your agent be marketing your home to buyers, but your agent should be marketing the home directly to other local area agents, and those agents have the buyers. An agent will also know a variety of other quality professionals to refer to you as needed, including lawyers, landscapers, surveyors, contractors, inspectors, whatever. The agent's professional network of contacts may prove invaluable during the sale of your home. Ask any agent out there, they'll tell you, real estate is a people business, and selling a home can be a stressful business. It's hard to put a dollar figure on stress relief, but just having someone who you can call on to take care of 100 details regarding the sale of your home, that can be priceless. Ultimately, what it comes down to is that using the right agent will get you a higher sales price. But more than just a higher sales price, a top-notch agent will deliver more value to you than the cost of his commission by guiding you through the home preparation process, marketing, negotiating offers, and providing a smooth, worry-free closing. Now, did you know that in most states, it takes about 10 times as much coursework to get a beautician's license as compared to a real estate license? And that about 85% of agents who get into the business are out of it within 5 years? That means there's a whole lot of agents out there who are poorly educated, trained, and with little practical experience. Picking the wrong real estate agent can be disastrous for 2 reasons. The first one is the wrong agent will actually end up costing you money. That is, through their ineptitude or lack of experience and training, it ends up costing you more to work with them as opposed to just going in alone and selling the home on your own. Worse, the wrong agent can actually put you in legal peril by giving you bad advice, sloppy paperwork, or taking shortcuts that can wind up exposing you to lawsuits after the sale. You may have noticed that some agents have a bunch of letters after their name. You might see it on their business card or email signature or on their website, for example. Now, what does that all mean though? Those are realtor designations, and they indicate that the agent has completed some level of training beyond what's required to simply hold a real estate license. There are too many designations to list here, but some good ones to look out for include the ones I'm showing here: CRS, ePro, GRI, and SRS. Look for those in particular. Some designations are comparatively easy to get, requiring only a few hours of taking classes either online or in a classroom setting. Others, such as the CRS, GRI, and SRS, require multi-day classes. And the CRS designation in particular requires that designees must meet actual minimum sales volume. Any agent holding the CRS designation is certified to have significant sales experience. Also, you should know that many of these courses do qualify for state-mandated consumer protection continuing education credits. Working with a realtor that has some of these designations is in your interest. There are 2 main criteria that most people use when picking an agent, and using these criteria can lead you to choose the wrong agent, which can be a very costly mistake. Many homeowners have chosen an agent based only on how much they say they can sell the house for. Sometimes an agent will, through poor analysis or little experience, overestimate how much they can sell the house for. Other times, an agent will deliberately mislead the homeowner and say that they can get a price for the home which just isn't supported by any market data whatsoever. This is called buying the listing, and agents do it because it works. My advice to you is don't be bought. Whether the value is inflated on purpose or by accident, you don't want to choose an agent simply because of the price they say they can get for your home. The second main criteria that people use to pick an agent is how much commission they charge. Beware an agent who offers a low commission. They are broadcasting to you that their services are worth less than most other agents, and they're probably right. The best agents are paid commensurately. If you save 1% on the commission, but that agent brings you in a sales price that's 2 or 3% lower than another, more aggressive and experienced agent would have, how much money have you saved? That's why it's important not to pick your agent solely based on how much commission they charge. 2/3 of home sellers only contacted one agent before selecting the one to assist with their home sale. That's from the 2013 profile of home buyers and sellers. When you are interviewing an agent, the questions you ask don't really matter as much as the way the agent responds to them. And perhaps more important than the questions you ask is the questions that they ask of you. Do they take the time to listen, to really understand what your situation is, what matters most to you, and what your real objectives are in selling the home? You really need to know if this is someone you can trust. Is this someone you feel will do their best to get you the very best price for your home, or is this someone who is mostly concerned with getting your home sold quickly and getting a fat commission check? In the end, you really want to get a sense that they can actually perform as they ought to. All earnestness aside, the bottom line is, can they really get you the best price for your property on favorable terms in a time frame that works for you? Finding that out should really be the ultimate goal of an interview with any agent. Although the questions you ask aren't the most important thing, it won't hurt to have a couple of sharp questions ready to get the ball rolling to see how they respond. I suggest asking questions that are a little out of the box and open-ended so that it gets them talking and hopefully off whatever script they may have come prepared with. To get an agent talking, ask them what they think you can do to get the best price for your home. Repairs, upgrades, tweaks, etc. See what kind of ideas they can come up with and see if they make sense to you. Next, ask the agent what they can do to make sure that you get the highest price. Look for an answer that is out of the box. Don't let them tell you that the market determines the price of the house. You want to hear what they'll do beyond putting the home on the MLS, advertising in the newspaper, postcards, open houses, and what have you. Those are the things an agent should do at a minimum. What else will they do to get the best price? Also, ask an agent how they're different from other agents. What makes them special? Why should you be doing business with them instead of one of the other agents you'll be interviewing? And just come right out and say it, and this will put the fear of God into them. Tell them you're thinking about using one of those flat fee discount brokers. Have them tell you why that's a bad idea. If they can't satisfactorily explain the value they offer above a flat fee discount broker, you should keep talking to agents until you find one that can. Who is your agent working for? You or the buyer? Or both? Dual agency in a real estate transaction happens when an agent or broker represents both the buyer and the seller in the transaction. In California, this is perfectly legal, and there may be some advantages to allowing your agent to also represent the buyer in the sale. What makes dual agency tricky sometimes is that the agent cannot favor one party over the other and must represent both parties equally. Also, they must not disclose any confidential information from one party to another. For example, the agent may not share how low an offer the seller would accept, nor the highest price the buyer would pay. Of course, when an agent represents both parties in a transaction, he typically is paid a full commission. In cases like this, some agents agree to accept a lower commission to entice the buyer and/or seller to agree not to use another representative. This is legal too, but if a listing agent will agree to do this, it should be written into the listing agreement and noted on the MLS. You know what they say, the proof is in the pudding. As I mentioned earlier, you should check out the agent to see what reviews they've had on sites like Zillow and Yelp. On Zillow, you can actually see their transaction history, which may be incomplete or erroneous, but it's a good place to start. Just go to the agent's Zillow profile and don't look on the reviews, but look on the Overviews tab. There you can see their present listings and past sales. By clicking on these listings, current or sold, you can get an idea for the kind of marketing that your home will receive from the agent. Even though their transactions may be listed on their Zillow profile, go ahead and ask the agent for a list of the 5 most recent homes they've listed and sold, and what the listing and sold dates were for those listings. Check to see if the list they give you matches what's on Zillow, and ask about any discrepancies. If there is a home listed as a recent sale on Zillow, but you don't see it on their list, that could be a sign that's a listing they don't want to talk about, so dig deep on that one. You can also ask to see copies of the marketing flyers they prepared for those listings or other listings, and also ask to see any virtual tours or videos that they may have prepared. If they don't have any flyers, videos, or virtual tours they can show you, that's also an indication of how your home will be marketed as well. When homeowners are surveyed after the sale of their property has completed, there's one facet of an agent's performance that usually gets very high praise or heaps of scorn, and that is how well did the agent communicate with their client. Some agents are really good at this and keep their clients constantly in the loop. Literally, the client never has to call the agent because the agent has kept them appraised of the process every step of the way. These agents often win high praise from their clients. You'll read that a lot in favorable Zillow or Yelp reviews, that the agent had great communication skills. Your agent is in the service business. They're going to be well paid for that service. You deserve to get the kind of service you expect for the money they're making. If you have questions or concerns late at night or early in the morning, a great agent will accommodate you, within reason. Agents are human after all, and they need rest, sleep, and time off like everyone else. But a great agent will go the extra mile to respond to your inquiries day and night, 7 days a week. When an agent successfully completes the job he was hired to do, he'll often get paid a handsome commission, which can look a lot better when it only takes your house a week to sell. On the other hand, an agent can do tremendous amounts of work and then get paid nothing, so it cuts both ways. Commissions, like everything else in real estate, are negotiable. If you're thinking your home is going to be an easy sale, or even if you don't think so, go right ahead and try to negotiate the commission. Don't take it as a bad sign if the agent isn't flexible on their commission. Many agents are worth every penny they charge. If they won't budge on the commission, and they seem like they are really going to do a first-rate job of getting top dollar for your home, keep them in the running. Ask your agent how much of the commission he will be giving to the buyer's agent. A 50-50 split is common. It's not a bad idea to give the buyer's agent a higher split, or offer the buyer's agent a flat cash bonus on top of the split. Incentivizing the buyer's agent to show your property is never a bad idea. It's important to understand that the listing agent will have to share his portion of the commission with his brokerage. He might only walk away with 70 or 80% of the commission earned. Out of that will come taxes and expenses for marketing the property, his staff costs, etc. At the end of the day, the commission that a listing agent personally receives is much smaller than it may at first appear. The truth is, some brokers just plain charge less than others. You may have heard that commissions in your area are a standard 7% or 6% or 5%, but there are plenty of folks who deviate from the standards by finding brokers that advertise they work at a discount, or who will, if pressed, discount their fees. Search around the internet for brokers like that in your town, and you might be surprised. There are also flat fee brokers out there who will let you choose the services you want to pay for. If you just want them to list your home in the MLS, it might be as low as $500. You can add other services, such as managing showings, open houses, offer negotiation, closing services, whatever. There's a variety of different options out there, and the fees, as well as the quality of service, can vary widely. You can also opt to pay the buyer's agent less, or pay the buyer's agent a small flat fee. This may seem like a good way to save money, but it's going to make hundreds or thousands of agents in your market actively work to keep buyers away from seeing your property. Remember, fewer showings means fewer offers, means lower prices. Another thing to remember about these flat fee and discount brokers is that their business model depends to a greater extent on buyer sales. They are less vested in getting your home sold quickly because they are going to pick up buyers from for sale sign calls and internet leads which they get from your property. The longer your property sits in the market, it's to their advantage because they are especially angling to get buyers for properties like yours. Everyone needs to eat, right? To begin formally working with a real estate agent, you'll sign a listing agreement. There are 3 standard types of listing agreements used in California: exclusive right to sell, an open listing, and an exclusive agency listing. The exclusive right to sell listing is the most common form of listing agreement, and most agents you'll talk to will want to sign an exclusive right to sell. That means that no matter who brings a buyer, you, your agent, some other agent, whoever, the listing agent gets paid a commission on the sale. An open listing agreement is one that says the seller agrees to pay the agent a commission if the agent brings a buyer, but the owner is free to sell the home on their own or with the services of another agent. In this type of listing agreement, the homeowner is not actually represented by the agent. The owner is only agreeing to pay the commission to the agent in the event he is able to find a buyer for the home. An exclusive agency listing is like an open listing, except that it allows the agent to represent both the homeowner and possibly the buyer as well, but the seller still reserves the right to sell the property on their own, in which case the homeowner would not have to pay the agent a commission. Your listing agreement will specify the commission that is to be paid both to the listing agent and the buyer's agent. It's possible for the listing agent to write in that the commission be dual or variable. That is, if the listing agent represents both buyer and seller, the total commission to be paid could be lower than if there were two separate agents. The listing agreement will have a beginning and ending date. Most agents will try to get a 6-month exclusive listing agreement, and that's fine, but ask your agent to add language to the listing agreement which gives you, the homeowner, the right to cancel the listing agreement at any time without cause. You don't want to be locked into another long-term contract, am I right? Your real estate agent is going to wear a lot of hats. One of your agent's first and most important jobs is to determine your home's fair market price and to get you, the homeowner, to agree to list it at that price within a couple of percentage points higher or lower. Getting a seller to agree to a lower price than they were expecting is really a tough sell, but it's usually in the seller's best interests. The next thing an agent needs to do is to help you get your home ready for sale. They need to guide you to economically do the most cost-effective things you can to boost the sale price of your home so you can net the most of the money upon sale. Your agent will spend a lot of energy on marketing, including putting your home on the MLS, creating flyers, brochures, internet advertising, postcards to the neighborhood, newspaper or magazine advertising, open houses, arranging and or conducting private showings, handling inquiries from buyers and agents, and the list just goes on. If correctly done, that price, preparation, and marketing should bring an offer, or better yet, several offers before long. It's your agent's job to milk whatever offer comes in to get every last dime out of it possible and into your pocket on the most favorable terms for you, the seller. It's an agent's job to keep a deal on track, to make sure that the buyer is performing as per the contract and that deadlines are being met. A skilled agent works diligently to keep the deal together. Any one of these aspects of the job could be worth the cost of the commission alone. Put together and done right, an agent's value can easily exceed their cost. Now this completes Module 3 of the SellForSure University.